Hi there, students. Throughput. This is a noun. Let's see, this is the amount or the production that a system can deal with in a period of time. Look, imagine a pipe or a pipeline. The amount of liquid that this pipe can transport per hour is the throughput. The amount coming in one side and coming out the other. This is the throughput. But very often this is used for industrial processes. So the amount that a factory can produce in an hour, the rate at which something can be processed. The factory managed a throughput of 190 units per hour. If they can increase their throughput, then they will increase their profitability. Now, throughput in this case is going to be the same as output. But in business, there is actually a difference between throughput and output. The throughput is the amount produced and sold. That's the throughput. Whereas the output is just the amount produced. So if the factory is producing more and more, and all of this goes into storage, but the salesman can't sell it, the output is very high, but the throughput is not high enough. And a good business will match output and throughput. It's the rate at which the system can make and sell its product. And this is the throughput. Now, very often they use throughput to talk about data. Yeah, it's like our pipeline. The throughput of data down a cable, the amount of data that can be processed. So if you want to download something from internet, then the throughput is the number of bytes or number of gigabytes per hour that you can download. So it's the idea. Or for example, if you have a ship, a ferry, and the ferry loads up with cars, and then it goes to France, and then it unloads the cars, and then it comes back and does the same thing again. The throughput is the number of cars that it can transport per hour. Okay, so it's from the input to the output. The output's the bit coming out. So this is the idea of the throughput, the production of something, the amount of the amount of material, the number of items, the amount of things passing through a system or a process in a given period of time. So this shop has a weekly throughput of 10,000 customers. If the throughput of the business is falling, and therefore the company is having problems, so it's effectively how many units a system can process, can deal with in a given amount of time. But this is particularly used with computers and the data transfer rate. That would be the throughput, for example, the data transfer rate. The quantity of raw material that can be processed in a given time. Maybe a hospital needs to give COVID injections, COVID jabs to people, the throughput is the number of people per hour that they can give the injection to, because you've got to check who this person is, you've got to put them in your computer system, you've got to give them their injection. This would be the throughput. Yeah, the amount of material, the amount of data that passes through a machine, through a system. Yeah, so if you can find ways to increase throughput, that would be a really good thing for the company. Technologies which allow us to get a much higher throughput. Business has gone down, but there is still a reasonable throughput. Yeah, it's the amount that is processed in per unit time, and yeah, you put through the system. Okay, throughput. Formality. I think I'm going to give it a 6 in formality. It's a business word. You use it. I think use it probably. I think you could use it anywhere, but it's better in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal writing. So, throughput.